the obvious content is all around us. But why last year for you, and why create a short film?
Sure. Man, so the answer to why last year and where the film came from and why it's short kind of forces me to go back a bit. I grew up with a father that was not in the household very much, and whenever we did see him, our experiences with him were really interesting. He was a guy that was friends with a lot of the people that put together the Black Panther chapter in Chicago. And to us, he was just consumed with these ideas about Black power and civil rights and freedom. And as kids, we look around and it's, well, do we have food to eat tonight? That's all we care about. And can we play? And can we, I don't know, do the things that kids do? And as I got older, I came to understand a bit more of what he was so passionate about, in a really unfortunate way. I think learning anything in life, you hope to get the lesson in the wisest way, which is someone just imparting the wisdom to you.
Right.
I started to get these lessons in very painful ways, looking around me and seeing just how much of the world was really broken and still very deeply rooted in racism. Some very personal experiences from school age all the way through adulthood just continued to pile on. And I had some life-changing experiences in probably between the end of high school and college that led me to say, hey, I think I want to devote the majority of my life to trying to help other people. And whether that be through, I guess what the best term for it would be, ministry. But I wanted to do it in a different way. I wanted to reach people in a way that was maybe a little different from the typical four walls of a church. And then within that heart, and also seeing the world around me, there's just this pile-on of also feeling like I was in the Twilight Zone, where you see something happen in front of you and then you hear the commentary on it. And for there to be two completely polarizing interpretations of quote unquote reality, like all the world of alternative facts started to really pile on. And I did some writing, and I wrote about 3 or 4 different scripts to try to articulate what I was feeling or what I was seeing, and handed that over to the guys over at Evolve Studios, Joel and Jesse Edwards. And they loved a lot of those ideas and said, yeah, we'll shoot some. And a year went by and we got some delays, and another year went by and we hit some more delays, and another year went by and we hit delays. But we said, 2020, that's the year. We're going to shoot this short. And COVID hit and wrecked everything. And I think the straws that broke the camel's back really ended up on top of the stack with, certainly with George Floyd, but Ahmaud Arbery that wrecked me. It still wrecks me. It's very, very difficult to even think about that. I can see that footage playing in my head as we speak. And man, I reached out to these guys and said, hey, I don't know if we can still shoot the scripts that I turned in, but I've got to say something. And they came back and said, hey, like, let's talk about it. And thinking along the lines of limited budgets and limited time and all of the restrictions that came about because of COVID, I started to write Black Thoughts. And it came out initially as a 5-minute read, and then a 10-minute read, and then it became a 15 and 20 and a 30. But the more and more I thought about trying to articulate what I was feeling, the more it felt like I had to at least get X amount of content in at once in order to give an appropriate amount of context to have a conversation. So that's the long answer to the question.